Can you list off your offers and can you remember the order of them roughly?
Yes, I think I can. I have UTSA, Vanderbilt, Grambling State, University of Alabama, Birmingham, Texas Tech, Colorado. Bro. I'm Emmanuel Okoye, play for the NFL Academy as a defensive end. Yeah, I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. I've always been into sports. When I was 15, I got into basketball. I was an all-round player, so I was this explosive guy. I was discovered by educational basketball earlier last year, and I was invited for Osi Umenyiора's Uprise Camp in Abuja.
So Emmanuel first, one of the scouting programs that we have sent me a tape of a guy. I saw him running around, and then decided we were going to have a camp where we were going to bring all the people who we had found together. And first time I saw him in person was probably March of last year.
The camps, it was my first time being into something like football. So I was still trying to wrap my head around it. It was a really great experience, meeting people like Osi, Legend, and Chris Durham for the first time. It was a blessing. He enlightened me on so much stuff I never knew about football.
He did stand out. I think whenever you see a guy with his frame and his ability, took him through the vertical jump. He was jumping at 38, 39 then. His broad jump was well over 10 feet, 40-yard dash. I'm not even sure remember what it was, but for a guy who hadn't been trained, at some point he didn't have the proper footwear, so he was doing a lot of these drills just in his socks. And so the ability for him to put up those kind of numbers like that was fantastic. He's the prototype of what we're looking for, not only in Africa but everywhere in the world. If you're going to be coming to the NFL Academy, you really should fit that profile. And so that was an easy decision for us.
My first time on the field wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Having a great coach like Coach Now, putting me through so much stuff, anything I need to know, he lets me know.
The coaching of Emmanuel, you have to go back to bare bones. We have obviously our gaps would be A, B, and C gap. Try and make it more relatable to him. To say that we start here A, B, C, and try to find those building blocks from there. He's a smart guy too, so the moment you make something very relatable to him and he's able to translate himself, it makes it easier for me to pretty much coach him.
These are the first coaches I've ever had in football, so them bringing me up to this level I am right now, I'm not on top, but at least they've brought me to somewhere where I can, show out and show what I have. The thing is, I never knew how complex the game was, but with the help of my coaches and my teammates, I was able to grasp that easily. The academy has really taught me how the sport works. There'll be times where it's up, there'll be times where it's down. We go through the motion together as a team and as a brotherhood. The first time I actually got into contact was me getting hit by someone. So it was kind of a shock and it was different. I really loved, the feeling, and I just had to take it off from there. I love the aggressiveness. I love hitting before getting hit, I know I'm blessed with physical gifts, and I know I could do better than that, to be honest. My abilities have no limit, so whatever the NFL record is, I don't really put my mind in that. I just do what I do.
It's very rare to see a guy with that kind of talent. I'm not going to say that, there's a million of them in Africa, because they're not. He's a unique individual.
He's like a freak athlete, man. And when you start talking about 40-inch vertical, every coach pretty much goes, "Hey, sure about that, right?" And then when you start talking about 42, 44, a lot of coaches are in a state of shock. It's like, are you sure he was able to do that? It's like, yeah, I saw it.
Me just coming into the game, not up to a year, and all these opportunities have been given to me by schools to play and study. it's a really good blessing. I'm grateful for it.
He's having offers that, you know, most people in America are dreaming of. I didn't even dream that high when I was in America playing. And so he's gonna have to turn down, you know, schools that most people would cut off their pinky toe to go to, and he's gonna have to turn them down. Knowing where he came from and knowing the background, knowing the first time I saw him, and, you know, seeing these things happen for him now is really inspiring.
My first time in the States was amazing. Meeting the coaches that I've been talking to for quite a while in person was really huge. Having that feel of being in the college environment was a good one. My sister was with me. Seeing her like after a long time I was really happy to see her. So I visited University of Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Texas Tech, and University of Southern California. It was important to help solidify my decision on where I'm going to spend like the rest 4 to 5 years of my life. I will be committing to the University of Tennessee. Go Vols! Looking at where I want to be with or without football, the environment was a good place for me to be in, and overall, like, it's the will of God. Like, you know, I prayed throughout my decision making, you know, for God to direct me to the right one, and He led my heart to Tennessee. So I'm grateful for that. I'm looking to be out there, man. I'm looking to get to work with my new teammates, new program. Looking to be the best person I can be, the best player I can ever be. And the whole journey is God's writing, you know. If I tell someone my story, they just feel like, wow, it's not something that I feel can just happen out of nowhere. Coming from where I come from, my parents could never afford the amount of money that will be put into my scholarship. So my parents are really happy and grateful that such great things are happening in my life. In this life, there's no ceiling to what you can achieve as a person. So I never knew I would be in this position today. Like, no matter how little, you put your 100% and put the rest in the hands of God, and He will work with what you've done.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. You've made us all here proud. You've made your country proud. You've made Africa proud. And no matter what happens going forward, I know you're going to continue to work as hard as you possibly can, and you're going to do tremendous things wherever you go.